If you've watched more than just this video, and you've noticed that my channel name was Beauty and Some Beasts, and you wondered what could that possibly mean, because there was no animal content, it means this. It means that sometimes these beasts are unstoppable. Hi everyone, thank you for coming back to my channel. Today my hair is a mess. It's the end of the day. I already have makeup on from this morning. It's been on all day, but I just received the new, oh good, Melt, Mary Jane collection. And I'm gonna unbox it on camera. And this box is way bigger than it has any right to be. I opened it, I cut the tape, but I haven't opened it. I did get the free face mask in the mail for getting the whole box, so that's kind of cool. Can still always use face masks at this point, and it does come with a filter as well. It's pretty cute. You can just see it says Nomad Cosmetics on it, and stretchy fabric with the nose cut out. Totally fine, doesn't smell weird. Like it, and it does have the wire in the nose, which I like. I also got a sticker, tissue paper. All right. Here's the box. Yep, this is just the plastic glitter. Very cool. The box is like a soft touch. There's a drawer. I usually end up getting the Melt like PR kits. I don't get them as PR. I have like 4 followers, so, but I just end up getting the box collections because then I can get it first. It's easier to check out, super fast, and their packaging is amazing. So I did get the whole box, and I think actually, okay, let's see. So in this drawer is more tissue paper. Great. And then, oh, there's this tray. It's curved. I didn't know that it was going to be curved, so it's like a real tray. That's kind of neat. I don't like weed themed makeup. That's not really my jam. But I do generally like Melt's color stories and stuff like that, so that's why I went for it. But I like this box. This is so stupid. I like this box because this drawer is really handy, and I feel like they make their boxes knowing people keep their boxes to reuse. Should we lift the lid together? Why not? Oh. Okay, so there's the promo card. Fine. And there it all is. This pipe will find a new home. Glitters. Okay, so the glitters are new to Melt. I don't know how I feel about them. I obviously haven't tried them, but gel glitters, I have enough of them, but I still wanted to try these. And when this went on the pre-sale, it wasn't available in separate pieces. Otherwise, I may have just gotten the palette, but I also kind of know myself, and I probably would have wanted to try the glitters anyway. So this is the palette. We're going to do that second. We're going to look at the glitter pots first. So 3 little glitters. The silver one is called Pothead. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty. I don't think I have anything quite like that. This one is called Burnout. Oh, I think it's going to be kind of coppery from what I remember of the photos. Ooh, yes. That's a pretty color. Okay. And then the last one is Hybrid, and this is like a black glitter, and I'm such a sucker for like black, glossy, glittery. That's so pretty. Okay. I'm gonna do some comparison swatches. Oh my god. I'm gonna do some comparison swatches of the glitters with some of the other things I have in my collection that may be kind of similar. I don't know if anything's gonna be like spot on, so we'll see. So starting with the silver, which is called Pothead. Oh, okay. It's a very jelly gel. I hope you can see that, but it's like a very liquidy gel. Okay, I just got a little bit on my finger. I guess I'll do this on the back of my hand. All right, I mean, it's glitter, so it's not an eyeshadow. They're not really meant to swatch, but let me... Okay, so you can see that one. That one is Pothead. I pulled out this Stila glitter gel thing. What are these called? Glitter and Glow. This is in a sort of silvery color called Diamond Dust, so I'm going to swatch that next. These are way finer. Like the glitter is a smaller glitter particle, and it has a little bit of like a rainbow shift to it. I don't know if you can see that in that swatch. And then I'm going to swatch this one, Hybrid, next, because the swatch that I want to compare it to is kind of in between the two, I think. So again, this is Hybrid. Jelly. I'm going to put that one here. Okay, so that is Hybrid, and you can see it's like black with silver, which is why I want to have that down to compare. So this is the Lemonhead Space Paste in the shade Groupie, and Groupie is sort of black silver. So I don't know if it'll be closer to Pothead or Hybrid. I'm gonna swatch that in the middle of them. Oh, weird. Okay. Okay, so Pothead, Hybrid, Groupie. So Groupie seems more like warm, like a warm silver. So almost more of like a gunmetal. So it actually does fall between these two pretty well. The texture of this space pastes is just different. They're like a thicker base than the melt ones. So this one like doesn't really like do the jelly thing that the melt ones do. Always save your little caps on glitters and other potted products. These actually don't come with covers, which is interesting because these may dry out pretty quick. The melt ones definitely also have like more variety of size glitter particle in them compared to both the Stila and the Space Paste. The other thing I want to swatch next to Hybrid, and this is not really the same, but it's this Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat, which can give you like a very wet black look. It's not glittery, but I just wanted to see sort of how you would compare something that's more of a shiny, wet looking topper to these glitter toppers. So the last melt one is Burnout, and that's the like rose gold coppery one. I'm excited about this one. This one's so pretty. So Burnout, let's just do that one right here. Definitely warmer, all of that. Still some silver glitters in it, but overall like a warmer copper color. Anyway, so this is Dirty Penny, this is Space Paste from Lemonhead. And they again have like a thicker gel. And yeah, this is way more copper than that one. So here are all the swatches again. A reminder, this is Pothead, Hybrid, and Burnout. So those are the 3 new melt glitter pots. So now it's time for the palette. I'm so excited. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Yeah. If the glitters shake around in the letters. I'm not gonna blind you. I just don't need to show you everything about my life. Very, very neutral. Somehow, you know, for a cool tone palette, still pretty warm. So I'm gonna start from this side. That shade is called Mary Jane. This, usually the melt metallics are pretty chunky, and this feels pretty firmly pressed. So that was like rubbing it in, like rubbing my finger in, and I only got that much. So let's see. I try to not swatch over my tattoo. There's this stupid cat. Yeah, that's interesting, right? I mean, it's a pretty color and I do like it, but you know, it's not that much. This is a rougher O2 brush. I'm gonna try it as a brush swatch, since with the brush I'll be able to like dig in a little, maybe. That's a little better. That's interesting. I wonder if they just heard enough people complain about how loose and chunky their metallics were that they decided to go the other way. Okay, so the next shade is a matte brown called Gaspar. Ooh, okay. I know it's just a matte brown, but the tone of that brown is very nice. And the matte is swatching quite well. The next shade is Sweet Lucy. Okay, so this one is a little softer. See, you can see the difference on my finger. Yeah, and it's a little chunky. That's much more normal for melt. But it's not too soft. It's not like a huge problem. The next shade is Bamba. Ooh, that's Bamba. Very pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, this next one I'm not gonna say correctly. Sinsemilla. It's a very dark, cool tone brown. Yeah, that was me releasing pressure more than it was the swatch doing that. But I like that shade a lot. Okay, the next color is Santa Maria. It's a metallic. So this one's kind of in between the first one and the second one as far as the texture. That's Santa Maria. And this one almost has, I'm gonna rub this swatch in a little bit, but this one almost has like purple to it. It's kind of a purpley taupe. Very pretty. Okay, the next shade is Rubia, which is a lighter brown. It's not a light brown, it's just lighter than that first matte. Pretty simple color, but I think it, you know, works well with the color story. The next shade is Beau, and this is the most warm toned of the metallics. That is Beau. The next shade is Mari, maybe? And it's kind of a, stop, my cat. It's another matte, it's a little bit lighter. Kind of a, almost, I don't know, it looks more cool toned in the pan than it does on my arm. Interesting, but it's just sort of a lighter tan color. And then the last shade is Cali. And it's kind of a champagne-y color. And I sort of overlapped that swatch, my apologies. So it's strange that that first shade just didn't swatch like the rest of them. It just doesn't, it didn't want to as much. I'm gonna go over it again. But it, I mean, it builds, so you can get there. Those are all the swatches of the new Melt palette. I think it's really pretty. It definitely is, you know, like a basic palette as far as general color story, but I do think that the tones are, I don't know, maybe special is the wrong word, but they're very pretty. And I am biased. I like Melt products a lot. That's why I own most of them. I'm gonna take off my current eye makeup and slap these on and see what happens. I'm gonna try one of the glitter pots because that is something that I'm really interested to see how that goes. Hi. You want on your shoulders? On your shoulder time? Yeah, okay. This is Cypress. How am I gonna do this with a cat on me? Because I can't kick her off, right? I have the palette down here, and I'm gonna use its mirror because I can look down into it at an angle and keep the cat happy. She only asks me for shoulder time sometimes. That's why I'm not really like eager to kick her off just for this. So I know that the way that I took off my makeup leaves this ring where I don't have concealer. I don't care, so I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna go in with Gaspar, which was that almost grungy mustardy brown. And I'm just gonna do this right here. I like colors like this a lot. Browns that have some yellow to them. I think they're really pretty in an ugly way, which is my jam. This is a Sonia G Crease Pro, by the way. And I just washed my brushes, and you know how brushes can get a little different. Hi, baby. After you wash them. I hope this like purring cat content soothes someone's soul today, because it soothes mine. She is a very good cat. She's also sometimes a punk, because she knows what she wants and clearly gets it most of the time. So there is some kick up in the pan while I'm doing this. Not a lot, just a little. I'm like, am I doing my best work? Am I doing this palette justice when I'm trying to like be careful of this cat on my arm? I don't know. And my foot is really asleep right now, so that's cool. I probably don't need to hold her butt, she'll adjust, but she likes knowing that she is supported in her endeavors, don't we all? Okay, anyway, so this shade both blends and builds quite well, so you can see, you know, it built out pretty well, or what? It blended out pretty well in the crease, and I was able to build it up. I've only used this one shade and get quite a bit of depth out of it, so that's pretty nice. I am going to take the shade Mari, which was that lightest matte in the palette, and just kind of put it over here so I can see what that does. Manages to somehow be both warm and like a shadow, and that works for my skin tone, so that's kind of cool. I think I'm gonna grab Sweet Lucy, which is the darkest metallic, but I'm gonna go in with this fluffier brush. I'm just gonna do this right here. It puts it down and not super intensely, which is what I wanted to see. But I am gonna go in, this is actually a melt brush from the Beetlejuice collection, and just grab more of Sweet Lucy on a more densely packed brush. This one picked up quite a bit. This is a Sonia G Worker too. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty shade. I like that shade a lot. I'll go in with Bow. That picked up way too much, actually. Put that in the center. But that applies very nicely. This is also a rougher brush, the Rougher 03. It's this tiny little pencil brush, and I'm gonna grab Mary Jane on that one. That was the one that didn't really swatch that well. But this brush usually applies shadows that kind of want to do that, don't want to pick up very well on a finger. It grabs them. So I'm going to do that. Put that in here. This shade is really strange. It just doesn't seem to want to do any of the things. I hope that this is like the most authentic video you ever seen of someone trying to live their life and also let a cat know that she's like loved and safe, because this is literally the way that I live my life, is making sure my dumb animals know that they are loved and safe. Huh. Okay, so I don't think that shade in the palette is a great one, but I will play with it more later and see what we can get. I'm going to do something ugly and just take that darkest brown, the Sinsemilla, I don't know what that shade is. Yes. So I'm just trying to blow this out, and I'm going to put glitter on this eye. That's why I don't care if it's messy, because I just want to try the glitter pot. One of the dogs is in the other room and just shook, and his collar and tags made a lot of rattling, and she didn't like it. So now she's gotta go. Oh, she's sitting in the box. Can you see that? No. So, thanks for the cat toy melt. This is that one shade, and I think it blended quite well. It did this like messy blown out look really easily, so that's nice. I really want to try the rose gold glitter. I'm gonna try Burnout, and I'm just gonna put it all over the lid and see what happens. I think I'm gonna use my finger and see, yeah, just I'm gonna see what happens. Okay, so remember, very jelly-like, very jelly. And, oh, I'm a little scared. So, glitter is not recommended for use around the eye. Do this at your own risk because glitter particles can make their way into your eyeball and cause permanent damage. So you have to take the risks you feel comfortable taking. Don't take the risks that other people feel comfortable taking. Just use your own judgment. Decide what feels safe for you and what doesn't. It is really a wet glitter, and that makes it kind of hard to put down because it just wants to kind of keep moving. So I'm going to use this brush because it'll give me more control than my finger. Yeah, and it did. That gave me way more control than my finger. This is just a flat synthetic brush. This is a MAC 242. Okay. So, word on the street is that the melt glitter pots dry down and don't budge. So, if you are going to use something with larger glitter particles, whether it is loose or in a gel base like this, you want to make sure that it's not going to move on you too much. So, with a loose glitter, you would use a glitter glue. With a gel glitter like this, the goal is that they're sort of self-setting. So, once they're down, they're down. So this is, remember I left my swatches up, so this is a good time to test that. So this is the, I'm not really worried about the Stila, but it does dry pretty crusty. But it kind of stays when you rub it. Okay, so then this first one is a melt glitter. Yeah, that dried down. There's nothing. Okay. So this is the Lemonhead Space Paste. Some came off. Which is interesting too, because the Space Paste dries down like smoother. The glitter sort of all lines up and lays down together, but it does come off with rubbing. This is another of the melt ones. So it dries down a little textured, and I left that one kind of chunky. So it did, when I'm doing this, it takes off like the chunky ones, if that makes sense. Okay. Natasha Denona doesn't count as not glitter. This is, again, the melt one. This is the one I just put on. I'm trying to watch for like glitter falling too. But, did I get, hold on. Now I'm too covered in glitter to know. Not really. Like, I have some fine glitter that came off in that one, but nothing chunky. And then again, this is the Space Paste. And that one kind of comes off. But again, like, I'm rubbing these off. So the other thing that's nice about the Space Paste ones, just in general, is that the base that it's in, that dries down, is water soluble. So as soon as you put water on, you're good. When you take glitters like this off, you want to make sure that you're going away from your eye. Don't go this way with it, go this way with it. You can also take like Scotch tape and put that down and pull the glitter off. It's adhesive enough, but not too adhesive. So you have some options to sort of safely mitigate your risks when taking off chunky glitters. So, this is really pretty, but glitter is really pretty. That's the problem. That's why magpies keep putting it on their eyes, even though it's gonna kill them. And by magpies, I mean people like me. I'm looking up close. Okay, so this is the worst shadow work I've ever done in my life, and it's because there was a cat on me. So look at how bad this looks. Look at how bad I look. Okay, so let's assess. There's definitely fallout here. Some of this might be my mascara because this mascara flakes on me. Love that for the way we live our lives. There's a ton of glitter under my eyes on this side. And that may be from how much I tried to get this shade on, which was the Mary Jane shade. There was some fallout from the matte shades and the glitter shades for sure. And then I just kind of continued to wipe glitter all over my face without a care in the world. It's the end of my day, folks. I want to say it's the end of my week, but it's Tuesday. You can see that like while all of that like didn't really budge for scrubbing, it comes off pretty easy with micellar water. So that is kind of nice, that it's that easy to remove at the end of the day. The biggest worry with glitters like this is when they stick in place, but they gradually start to fall off. And if you get them in your eye and rub them into your eye, you're doomed. I've never had a problem with glitter, but I also don't wear it for very long at a time. So keep that in mind too. I think most of us agree that glitter is kind of a special occasion thing. You can use glitters like this on your face and on your body if you're feeling like especially flashy. It's the person I want to be and it's not the person I am. I have UV glitters. Who am I? Where am I going? Not many places. I'm kind of just letting this dry. It's shockingly comfortable for how glittery it looks and how like thick it looks. It's really comfortable on my eye. I can barely feel it, so that's really neat. It's been a while since I've worn the space pastes, but from my memory, I could feel those. Yeah. Pretty good. Overall, we have the swatches. We like the swatches. There was that one first metallic that's a little weird. Don't know if that's just going to be my palette or all the palettes, but generally speaking, beautiful color story. I did some really messy eyeshadow work just for color demonstration purposes. I also did them with a cat on my arms, so are they valid? I don't know. Let's see what we can do. We went with Sweet Lucy, which we know we can get more out of. Let's do Santa Maria. I think I did both, didn't I? But okay, whatever. Santa Maria, very pretty. Again, almost has like a purple in it. I like that shade a lot. I'm gonna try this thick brush with that color that doesn't want to work and see if it is magic for that one as well. It just like, it's chunky but not soft. It's weird. It's a pretty color, like I really want to like it. That's just the one that's like, it's not quite old melt and it's not quite new melt. Something worse. And there's a lot of fallout in that one because it is so chunky. So that's one that like you need a brush that's more aggressive, and I think you'd do better spraying your brush so it doesn't get all over the place. So first impressions, the color store is gorgeous. Aside from that one shade Mary Jane, I think the shades are gonna work really, really beautifully. Colors like this are not hard to formulate. That's important to keep in mind. So if this is a color store you like, but you have no allegiance to melt, you can find something else, promise. With the glitter pots, you really have to ask yourself how much you're gonna use glitter. The answer is not a lot, okay? It's not a lot. You're not gonna use it very much. So just know that about yourself. But they are a good formula for this type of thing. Like this is completely dried down and like very comfortable, which is really strange to say about something that looks so chunky on my eye. So if you're gonna do it, this is a good place to do it, but you don't need glitter, okay? You just don't need glitter. The palette didn't have individual prices posted when I posted it, but this is probably gonna be $58. It will also probably come to Sephora, and someday it might be on sale. The 420 collections usually end up at Sephora, but they don't always stick around long enough to end up in the next melt sale, but you never know. So there's that. My guess is that these glitter pots are going to be around $18 each because that's how much the liner pots are, but that's a guess based on nothing except the liner pots. Okay, I hope this was maybe interesting, entertaining, just like a teeny bit helpful in thinking about this palette and what it could do for you in your life, like these beautiful eye looks. But hopefully the swatches meant something. I don't have a sign off yet. I forget to do them half the time. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. There's glitter everywhere. Okay, so this is a mess. I don't recommend doing this for anyone. Don't even do it for yourself. Like, don't swatch all your glitters. You're gonna regret it.